Right. I think we're going to, after this, what gold's doing right now is being pushed down by government. And and they can't do it for a sustained period of time because they don't have or don't want to use the gold that they have by selling it into the market. And so with that said, they're using derivatives. So it's all short term. And what they're trying to do is break support levels. And I don't think they're going to be successful in doing so. And the support level is around 1,100. And if it stays there and moves back up from there, it will create a double bottom.
Does the COMEX even have enough gold to cover their orders?
We don't know. They lie about everything.
In other words, they may not have. And that's what a lot of people think that, and you wrote an article about this, the gold that was stolen, supposedly disappeared from Canada, may have gone in to fulfill the orders at the COMEX.
We have subscribers who took delivery of gold bars stamped, whatever Canada puts on them, Canadian Mint or whatever it is.
Right.
And so that does not mean to say that
that necessarily was that gold, but
it might have been gold from elsewhere, but there are no coincidences in this world. And if you keep that in mind, that and what leads one to believe that is so is that about 4 months ago, the LBMA, which is the London version of the COMEX, which is actually bigger, they couldn't make delivery. They were naked short, like many of the players, commercials, as I call them, banks in the United States are. They couldn't make delivery, and they had to go to the Bank of England and borrow gold from them to make delivery. And they offered a 25-30% premium, no takers. And so the gold that came from the Bank of England was melt. And the only country in the world that's ever melted coins is the United States government.
More when we get back with Robert Chapman. If things do not change, Mr. Chapman is talking about a revolution in America. Now, what do you see a revolution looking like, and when would we know if it started?
Well, I think you first have to look at what government's doing. They are in contact with foreign governments because they think that there might be problems in America, and they're talking about moving brigades of foreign troops into the United States. Now, why would they be thinking that? Because they realize the same thing that I have, is if you push the American people too far, first there'll be demonstrations, and then these goons they call Homeland Security and law enforcement today will start shooting people. And then once that starts, all hell will break loose, and everybody will have their hands full because the American people still have weapons. And if they bring in foreign troops to try to quell them, I can promise you that none of them will return home.
Oh, I think that's absolutely true. I think that's absolutely true.
So all you foreign nations who are listening, and they are, if you do that, you better send millions, because we get 450 million weapons, 80 million veterans, 40 million who have been in combat, and all the other people who can shoot straight. And if you want to die, you've come to the right place.
Absolutely. Americans will stand up for their homeland. They've always stood up. We're not a shy people to stand up for it. And I also have the feeling that they only can be, it's like a cat. You can only back a cat into a corner so long. And the wealthy people, the elitists, the New World Order has been backing us up and backing us up and backing us up. And they have absolutely reached a point where they can't back us up anymore. And I think what you're seeing off of your listenership and my listenership and the listenership everywhere you are is proof that the American people are waking up. That's real proof, Mr. Chapman, don't you think?
Absolutely, and I've been talking about this on different shows for the past several months, and, you get a professional feeling. You see the statistics. You see the results, like the election in Massachusetts. And so you know that you have picked the right direction. You know that the people want the truth. The people want their freedom. They don't want to be bossed around by government, whether it's federal or state or anybody else. They just want to live in harmony and have a good life. And they're sick and tired of being looted by Wall Street and the Federal Reserve. And it has got to come to an end.
And when you're seeing them talking about banning Internet, talk radio, removing anyone who disagrees with the government, confiscating guns, when they start talking about that, you know that they are starting to run scared. And that, to me, shows that we're winning, and what you've been doing is making a real difference. Your number to subscribe to the International Forecaster is 877-479-8178. Subscribe while you can. 877-479-8178. And if you want to, go to The International Forecaster and put the word "the" in there, theinternationalforecaster.com. What are you looking for next week? Anything that pops up that you are?
Well, I think gold will turn. I think gold will turn around along with silver and go right back up again.
I think you're 100% correct.
They can't keep it down. They don't have the power to do it.
Thank you, my friend, for being on, and I appreciate you more than you know. Please subscribe to the International Forecaster. You're doing yourself a big favor.
Thanks for listening. Sweet dreams.